What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
A bread and butter spot in the trainer. We're going to be looking at big blind defense against button raises, something we see all the time. So this is a range you guys will be familiar with. It's pretty similar to the GTO wizard raise here, but a little bit different where some of the bluffs come from. So just take a look at it. The regions you want to remember most. Don't lose these bad jack bluffs. And we're going to do 6, 7, 100% of the time. This is different than the wizard, which spreads it out through these 4. So just as it comes up, we've got this. You're defending down to ace 7 offsuit. You're mixing your ace 5 and jack 4, 10, 6 right along that line. That's what we got. And let's go back to the game. So I'll go first. Here we go. So king 7 suited, I think this does almost no bluffing and just defends pure. So there we go. That's a pure defense. That's going to be an easy 1 point. We're going to check range here. Two back doors and overcard. This is great. We're never going to fold this. Are we going to raise? We can raise this sometimes. Are we going to raise it this time? Yes, we're going to raise this. That's what we're going to do. We're going to raise to 7.2. Let's see what happens. Nope, we do raise here, but we raise bigger. All right, so now we're here and we picked up some extra equity, and that's going to be enough. Oh, we picked up a lot of extra equity, did we? No, just the hearts, but that's enough to continue. So the pot's now 20. So I'm going to be in a polarized mode in the 12.5 and the 20, and I'm going to go full on polar after making the smaller bet. Full on polar, 95%, right in your face. Please fold. Oh, don't fold. Please don't fold. All right. The board is paired. He has some full houses. I don't care. We jam. All right. Good enough. We'll call that. And then let me slide this over here. We'll call Scotty's score on that. I got all of them and I missed the sizing on one. So we'll call that 0.9. All right. Sam, you're up next. You have Jack 8.
The fold. Mock it.
Oh, I said we was button. This is low jack. We're against low jack. Yeah, muck. Fold. Good fold. Fold. 100% fold. Okay. Good. And then do the next one because we're gonna get to one where you actually play. That's how we'll go far enough where you actually play one. While
What, you want me to do this one too?
Yeah, do this one too.
This is just a call.
Okay. You're gonna call this one. And I looked at, by the way, I showed us the wrong range. I showed us the button range. So I just got lucky. Let me just show us the low jack range once. So this is what we're actually looking at. There's our low jack raise. And now. So everybody's seen the range there. Get your ideas. The bluffs here are your jack 9, 10, 9, and 6-5 a lot again. Okay, this is an understandable range. Two gappers. Surprisingly, we start folding these two gappers. These would all be called in the wizard for 2.5, and we don't have the 4-3 that the wizard would have.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
is a pretty significant difference than Wizards defense.
And this is going to be either. I'm surprised that at no rake that we're this tight down here, but it is 3 big blinds instead of 2.5. And today's exercise, we're going to do it. And your exact range here is going to be less important than how you play post flop. So,
supposed to play
all right.
17-18% against cutoff.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So here we go. You've got ace jack and you have called. That's going to be perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So you have no choice but to check in here. So that this is making us play correctly. There you go. You're going to check. And he checks behind.
Oh, he checks behind?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
What's the pot?
Pot is 6.5.
I am going to check again.
All right, you're gonna check here. I'm sure we're gonna do some betting, but there's gotta be checks in the range. Yep, 34. Good. You check and he checks behind.
What's the sizing?
You're still at, yeah, you're still at, pot 6.5 big blinds.
Oh,
And
he checked
and you got
behind.
yeah, he checked behind, and now you get a 7 of diamonds on the river. So there's a flush out there. There's a straight out there. There's 2 straights
Oh,
out there.
I'm gonna I'm gonna overbet the pot. I'm gonna bet like 9.8.
9.8. 9.8. It does not love 9.8. We'll take a look at the sizing it likes, but it does like your bet. Okay, so let's just do a quick review of the size on that one. Okay,
This is
so the ace
greedy.
jack. Yeah. Yeah, the thing it likes on the river there, size-wise. It really likes, so it doesn't, it's checking the river. We're not checking the river. It likes betting small here. It figures that I guess the logic here is he just never has anything. And when he has something, he has you crushed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you got to get value. You got to get called by ace high and pocket fives here.
In position is capped.
Yeah.
And
In
that's
position.
why you want to check because you're blocking his checking back range.
Yeah. So when you check, so you're checking there to induce. So I was wrong. We're out of position. So yeah, you check to induce, or you bet small and medium, and the biggest you go is pot. And yeah, but the idea of betting there is fine. It's just you're gonna just get all the folds.
Yeah, I'm too greedy.
Yep. But still, we'll give it the right motion. And then my sizing on the one that we didn't review, we'll do this real quick here. My mistake was here. This was my mistake. My mistake was my check raise size on the flop. I'm sorry, my check raise size on the flop.
What does his range look like when he checked back
Folding?
twice?
Is this, wait, hold on. Is this thing telling me to fold here?
Yeah. Can you look at it in solver?
Yeah, screw this. I'm not folding here. I thought it was mad at my check raise size.
So on flop,
On flop, here we go, back to the flop. On flop, I check, he bets 2.
you're pre-flop now.
Okay,
Okay.
here we go. On flop, I check. There we go. And now you guys are in the way. So that I have to hit check. I check, he bets 2. He bets range. And you want me to fold king 7 of hearts on a backdoor straight, backdoor flush, and an overcard.
Do you want to change the view to EV? Let's see how far off.
Yeah,
Right, one to the right, sir.
strategy plus EV. Or do you want,
That's fine. That's fine.
okay,
And
strategy.
then look at your.
It's
Yeah,
saying
it does. It really doesn't like it.
it hates it.
It's like half a big.
Okay, well, in that case, we are going to do, then we're going to change mine to -1 with an asterisk, which is I won his stack. So it's a little results oriented, but doesn't this, why is this not enough? Okay. Here's why.
So, yeah,
Okay.
so the 7 just may not connect enough.
Yeah. King 9 is direct equity. That's easy. King
Yeah.
8, if you pick up a 9, you'll be open-ended to the ignorant end. With your with your 7, so we needed the queen to come to pick up this back door. But if we start going towards the 7, You know, if we get an 8 and a 9, we get 7, 8, 9, 10. We're at the ignorant end. So we don't like that.
Well, I guess maybe it just has better check raises to choose from, like 9-7 with the gutter.
Yep. Yeah, 9, 7 is in
Can you
there.
click on that and see if it's like, so what's it doing with clubs?
No, I
Clubs is
think
the
when
only-
Close clubs, okay.
you want
Clubs
you
is
want to block their higher equity when you check raise. Like I would assume like something with the 8, like ace jack off with the ace of hearts probably could check raise some, but not hands like this.
This is a little bit with the ace jack off with the ace of hearts, a little bit. All the ace queen suiteds are happy enough to do it. I guess,
It just must have more to choose from and doesn't need to go to reach down this far.
yeah, it gets enough in the 9, 8 and the 9, 7. That's where that,
This
these,
is where I wish we had the breakdown tab.
yeah, that'd be nice.
The ranges are way too tight.
Yeah. And we can bluff these low bottom pairs.
Yeah.
While folding, we just don't have the ace 5 there and the king 5, right? So we can bluff those. So I thought the overcard meant enough. It didn't. And I lose my point and I won his stack and I feel fine about that. All right, Larry, let me go back to
I think poker study, it's important when we're doing poker study in the solver to be entirely results oriented.
results oriented. Yeah.
I mean, let's get our priorities straight here, guys.
And it also tells us that Peak really needs to give us more time on that
I
thing.
think that we might be able to pull this into our 3-bet bluff range, even against EP. Let's try it.
Absolutely. This is the one it loves. It loves this one. 57%. Nice one. And he folded. Good for you. All right. Nice for finding it, but you got to do another one to go after the flop.
Okay. This is just a defend call.
Call. Yep, 100% call.
This is an
Ouch.
awkward spot. We check.
Check.
All right. So I don't really think we need to turn this into a bluff. I think we still have the solver is still going to properly defend his check back range. I think we might check again. Well, hold on. Let me think here. We also would like to pull value from kings, queens, 10s, 9s, 7s. Let's do small bet.
Okay. We're in a small bet. And then I'm going to
It likes check. That makes sense.
full on check. Okay.
That's what we didn't really want to see. I don't think solver, does solver fold to this size? Can I have my small bet back, please? I think we need to call in solver. I think we fold population. I think we need to call here.
And then we're gonna fold a lot of rivers, I think.
Yeah.
Is this? Yeah, we're already.
Already mixing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So the 3 doesn't really affect us. Ace checks. Yeah. Okay. So we check.
See how big he bets.
I guess you check back.
As he
You see
checked
what his
back.
combo was out of curiosity.
Yeah, we'll look at that. And then we're gonna talk about this one for a second. Hand results. There we go. He had queen 10.
That makes sense. It's a good bluff.
So we did that. And he on the river, he didn't bluff it because it
He
was the
gave
front
up.
flush. So he gave up. So in game,
Why would he give up here on river?
because he has the front door flush.
And he's blocking.
He-
Yeah, he's blocking
And
busted
blocking
flush
your-
draws.
So he's gonna bluff a lot on this river. He doesn't get there of his other things that don't get there, but he can't bluff everything. So he gives up this one.
Yeah.
You could bet and call here with king, queen, king 10 and queen 10, right? On the turn,
Yeah.
you know, you check back, it goes check, check. You bet your straight draw. He raises you and you go, oh, well, I might get there. And you call.
Mhm.
He blocks all those straights. He blocks all those flushes.
Yeah. Yeah.
His only
He
reason-
just really has the worst blockers in the world.
Exactly. His only reason for bluffing this one is he can't win without it. And that might not be enough reason.
The red mark on turn, what does it want? It wants us to check on turn, right? Almost
Yeah.
pure.
Yeah, the
Okay.
turn
All right.
is massively checking.
Okay. Thank you.
Got it. Now, I believe that in game on this one, I'm gonna open it up again so we can see it. When our opponents check this flop that has an ace and two low, and two low cards that run right into our suited connector range that we call with,
Good point.
and they're suited, that they do not check back many aces at all. That they bet to to get value from the flush draw and to protect from the flush draw. When they have an ace here, they check back very, very few aces on this texture.
Are you talking about like the old dirty humans?
Yes, I'm talking about our opponents at our
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't think many people are going to
right.
protect their checking range on this texture. I think maybe like I don't know what you can I ask a quick question to the group here? Do you think that people would protect their checking range with an ace on a dry texture like ace 7-2 rainbow?
Yeah, sometimes absolutely.
Okay.
Are they doing it a lot? Depends on which they.
I would argue not nearly enough relative to solver, but yeah.
Right. But I think they're not doing it here on wet boards.
I agree. I think that people want to get some protection here.
Right. Now, the exception is you could see ace 5 of spades absolutely checking back. That exists. Ace 10 of spades, he might do it. He might go for value, but he might try to induce you.
Yeah.
But
I'm with Larry. I think if your typical opponent at the lower stakes, just do not check back. If they have an ace,
right,
they are not checking back, no matter what their ace is.
right. And therefore, your bet on the turn is really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I think solver obviously is understanding that it could be outkicked because, well, do you want to look real quick and see what the solver checks back with its ace pairing real quick?
Sure.
And then we can talk more about how humans never do it.
Yeah.
So if we go to imposition on flop,
Yeah, the ace low is going to get checked back a lot from solver, right?
I would think so.
Yeah. So here we go. Here's the flop. Let me roll back here. So we check, and this is the low.
Imposition play.
Yeah, this is the low jack range.
Yeah, look how much he's protecting his ace X.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know
he
why.
bets it with a spade. He does the opposite of what I think we might find.
Yeah, I think this is So when solver's gonna protect its ace X here so much,
yeah,
we know that we're going to have to check our bad aces a lot on turn after check.
Right.
But I think this is. Can we do a quick? I don't mean to get us off base here, but can we go to an ace 7-2 flop rainbow and see what his checking range would be?
Yep, we're going to do that. We're going to look at one more thing though here. We're going to see which aces we wanted to bet on this jack of diamonds. So when it comes in here and you bet, solver bets like, a tiny bit of your ace queen, but it's basically the two pairs are the only ones. And it doesn't even do them a lot. Your ace jack, it likes your ace jack.
Yeah, I think that this is. I think we need to heavily diverge from solver here against human beings.
I agree. Okay, now let's go right here to the flop and see if it lets us change it in this mode. Do you let us change it? So we go here. And then we're going to say, I don't think it lets us change it. We'll see. We call, yeah. So we just open up a new peak window.
I think can you just click on it?
No, it looked like I'm in the drill mode, and in the drill.
Oh, okay. All right. No worries, mate. I appreciate you doing it.
No problem. So low jack raise. Why don't we go to cash games like real poker players? I have not yet sent them the note that said it where I said, I believe it is a bug that it always opens in.
We know you're a secret MTT player.
Yes. Oh yeah, me. Right. I do play one. I play like 3 MTTs a week. I play 2 free rolls and one nightly thing, but I don't play. All right. So this was
Let's do ace 7-2 rainbow. Let's just go to super dry.
rainbow. There we go. The driest of the dry. We check.
He still protects his checking range.
Checks his checking range, but not near as much,
Not near as much, yeah.
you know? But
Yeah,
and when he does that, when it goes check, check, and we now get the jack of offsuit, which is going to be in this case, the jack of clubs. We continue to protect our ace checking range massively.
yeah. I mean, I think, solver is properly defensive out of position against a balanced range.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have to do that against humans.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Good. Lose a point with an excuse. Nice. This is our new way.
Sam, you're leading.
Sam is leading. All right. Mike is up.
All right, bring it.
Bring it. We're back to the drills thing. Drill is, there's our drill. All right. Mike.
Oh, the lovely ace four suited. We're gonna raise you daisy.
Yep. We're going to raise some of it. And this is the one, this is the time we do it. And he folds. Good for you. All right. Continue though. You're still going to go post flop.
8-5 off or 8-5 suited against a low jack. I think this is going to be out of range. Let's fold.
It's out of range. All right. One more.
Okay, now this, I think in Wizard, you get a little bit of something with ace deuce, little three betting, but I don't do it. I'm going to call this one, defend
Okay.
it.
Yep. We get a little bit of doing it, but this one we defend.
And we check.
Yep. We check.
I think in Wizard, you'd get to donk this flop actually. All right, and we know we've gone through this already. We check.
Yep. We check.
Probably a little sliver of betting. Yeah, a little sliver there.
5% check. He thinks for a while.
Again, and yeah, I think queen. Offsuit queen. Yeah, we check.
Okay. And I'm going for in game. I'm going
Yeah,
for
I think you're right. In versus opponents, we can probably value bet here more often than we can against solver. I think solver is going to want to check this still a lot.
And when it bets, what size is it going to bet?
Small.
Okay. I'm going to bet in game. I'm going to bet 3.9 here. That's what I'm betting in game. We check and it likes,
No, it never
it
wants
likes
to
the
check.
small bet. It likes the small bet.
And it doesn't like check. I thought it would want to check still.
Right. But this is great though.
And he bets and we call.
You just call. Yeah. And it had a little bit of raising in there. And it almost feels like that raises a bluff. All right. After Mike, it is Frank. And Mike gets, how many points does Mike get for that? His check on the river was, what was Solver's frequency of
It
check?
was like 3%. It was like 3%, I think.
Right, then you're going to get, then we're going to count that as wrong against the solver. But we'll also look with our call. You also got 6-6 to bet. So once again, let's see what its percentage of checks are. 1.93. All right. So you lose a point for that and you get a moral victory. There we go. Ace King, Frank.
Hey, Scotty. Hey, everyone. Okay, we'll go ahead and 3-bet this, probably 100%.
Yep. And he folded. Keep going.
All right, we're gonna flat here. Yeah.
We're getting ace high boards with aces. This is great.
Yeah, check. I think we call here once, see a turn.
We are folding already.
Indifferent.
Wow.
That's wild.
Why did we call for that? Okay.
Yeah, seriously. Check. And if he blasts here like pot, or more,
Pot.
this is a fold.
Yeah. Yep, we're folding 99% of the time. All right. Rank +1. Nice one. I've been implementing in-game for real. I've been implementing the checking out of position so much now. Even hands where there are, where the wizard had some bets. I've been doing it like when I'm low jack against button, I have unless I can't stop myself, I've been doing the check out of position and check raising as opposed to betting out. And I'm happy with it. And my opponents are not. So there you go. But I've definitely lost some hands that I would have won had I bet out, where they were full of shit and I was full of shit both. All right. After Frank, it is Tura.
We fold this.
We fold this. Darn right. Fold. 100% fold. Good. Go on. Another one.
Here, we're gonna mostly call.
Okay. And when we don't call, what do we do? Fold or raise? What's the other thing?
Raise,
Good.
at least in my charts.
Yep, it is. Yeah, it's a sliver of raise. Yep. And here you are.
Against the big sizing, I want to just call.
Okay. I'm gonna guess that there's a lot of folding here already. We're back. Everything we have is a backdoor, and I think against big sizes, backdoors aren't enough. Let's find out. Call. Yep. Yeah. Against the small size, an overcard, a backdoor flush, a nice backdoor straight in several ways. Great. Against the big size, just fold. All right, but here you are.
Check.
Check.
Hmm. Now I want to bluff
Hell yeah.
and I want to make it 23.
All right. I think the bluffs are going to be 9.4, 15.7, and 23. You go for the 23. I go for the 15.7. 0.2. No, it's the lower one. But the
Okay.
bluff is right. Let's make sure. Let's see how often we give that. It flew by a little too fast. Okay. Okay. Hand result. Here we go. The river. We always bluff the river. So that's good to know. We're targeting two different things here with the 3.9 and the 9.4. And the theory is that 9.4 is enough to accomplish everything that these do.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think that's true? First of all, against his Jack 10, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So we're screwed, but that's not the point. Okay. So what do we think? What do we all think about the sizing on the river? Do we like the solver size? Or do we think we need to go use those bigger sizes ever? On this particular hand with this particular run out against our opponents, not against the solver.
What was the solver's chosen size there? Was it like 2/3 or something?
Yeah, it loves this. It loves 9.4 into a pot of 15. So
Okay,
Did
okay, so
solver
yeah.
fold?
did solver fold its Jack?
Um,
It didn't show us, but
I don't
Didn't
know.
show us.
I don't think so. You can't fold a jack there, even to
No,
an overbet.
no worries.
well, just because it's easy, just because it's easy to get the answer here. Let's go. This was this hand, study in library. It'll get us there really fast on the river.
Against our opponent, you should just fold the flop because when they use the bigger sizing, it's more
Yeah.
value heavy. Just mop that shit.
Yes, exactly. And and against solver also, it's a fold. We already, we agree with that. That against the
Solver
bigger
did
size-
not fold. Solver shoved.
solver,
Shoved?
Not shoved, sorry.
Okay,
solver
okay.
calls and does a little shoving, little shoving,
Yeah, it does do a little shoving.
little shoving there based on kicker. Jack in your face. Not even Jack doesn't shove. Jack goes to 55, knowing that you're full of shit.
Huh.
King Jack calls. And Ace Jack is enough. Okay. Ace Jack gets value from other jacks. All right, we are back to the game. And after Tura, it is skate. And did skate get are we on the next one? If skate got queen nine again. Queen nine suited skate.
Queen nine. Okay, so just what are we doing here? We're just doing just trainer stuff.
Yep, trainer.
Okay, single raise pot. All right. I think we saw this one, right? I was hearing that it does a little bit of three betting, but it's gonna mostly call.
Yeah.
Sliver.
98%. 98% call. Sliver.
Yeah, we could. Yeah,
This is
default to call.
oh, this is the same. It's going to the same one. So let's get it right. You're gonna have to do two of them, but you're gonna get this one right. So you have to check.
Maybe I was getting ready. Yeah, check.
Right. This time he bet. It's not. It's gonna be different. He bets small now.
A bit small. Well, we essentially have a backdoor with the backdoor straight draw.
Mhm.
I don't think it's really enough. Let's call here.
Yeah, I think this is enough to go on. We're gonna find out. Call.
Maybe.
Yep.
No, I
Yeah,
like the check raise too.
good. It had check raises, it had calls, and it had a 26% fold. So this is enough. And it's okay if you don't.
Yeah.
But you're here.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, nothing going on here. Check.
Yep.
Didn't really pick up anything. Spade would have been nice, or a 10 and
Yep.
Yeah, 10 would have been nice. Yeah, fold.
Yeah, there's no raising. There's no raising. Good. All right. Skate gets one. Another queen nine. We are on queen nine land. Okay, and it's back to me. Nobody else is here. Just checking. Everybody's got to go. Yep. All right. Queen nine suited. I will be calling this. We know that. Go call. Is this the same flop again? Was it a jack seven deuce last time? Is it that flop? every
Yeah, I
time?
think so.
We're now on jack seven deuce somehow.
It's definitely looping on
We'll
that.
do one more. We'll do
flop.
one more of these. So I can get a cheap point, and then we'll restart this. We'll restart this one in case. I mean, it's also possible that we got it three in a row. He bet two. So this time I'm going to do the opposite thing. I'm going to go for the raise on this one. The raise, because those are 26%. And by the way, even the big raise is there. So it's just all across the world. And he calls. We get the same turn, and we have to give up now. We can't continue. We took our shot. And just because you take your shot doesn't mean you can continue. And now we have to just fold. We just fold. Yep. Scotty gets 1 point for that one. All right. And now we do before it goes to Sam, we do a reload of this because we're not going to let Sam have such an easy time. Here we go. We do bread and butter spot. Let's go. Drills. Bread and butter cash game. Big blind versus low jack. Start the drill. King nine suited.
On Frank, right? Sam,
We're on Sam.
Sam, you with us?
Sam, 2, 3, 4. There's Sam.
Yo. Hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
What is this? Hold on. Call.
Okay. Call and raise, both are good. Here's what you
Check.
get out of position. It makes you play correctly.
Already want to fold, but I'll just call once.
Yep. Call. There's no folding yet.
Let's check.
Checks behind.
He checks behind. We're so fucked.
Mhm.
Do we want to get check raise bluff here? Is this hand strong enough? Let's just pick a medium size. Let's just bet like 6.3.
Okay. Sam is betting 6.3 and I am checking. And everything is right. Let's see
Yeah.
what he does to us. And he folds. Great. All right. Sam gets full points for that. Good job. All right. Larry is next.
I think we mix this into three bet sometimes.
Which
It's
one
a
do you
very
want?
uncomfortable hand, frankly, to three bet. My gut is to want to see a flop, but let's stretch ourselves here. Let's three bet.
Excellent. 3-betting 91% of the time. Not even
Oh,
sometimes. Some
no.
all times.
Yeah,
This
so
is a-
when what I do is when I'm in live cash games and I have a hand like that I'm supposed to three bet, and you see a guy who has a limp range and an open range, when they open, I just don't three bet.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. If they split their ranges, that's really good.
This is a fold.
Okay. We going to fold. Good. You're still playing though.
I think this is a fold.
This is a
Ace jack
fold.
off.
Yeah. Just right at the jack against those guys.
We're getting closer. I think this is a defend.
Yep. We're defending the two gappers. And in the wizard, and in peak, we don't defend the low two gappers, but we defend the higher two gappers. Call.
So we check, I guess.
We have no choice.
And this is gonna get uncomfortable. I don't think we really, I mean, there's an argument for protection here. I don't think really a small bet does much. My gut tells me check here. I don't think, I mean, there's an argument for betting for protection, but I think we check.
Yeah. The pure simplified poker coaching of, 6 years ago, this would still be a check because the 7 takes precedence over the flush draw and the straight draw. But in reality, we've learned that the solver mixes these kinds of things.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think one important issue is, could we call an imposition raise? And the answer is
Yeah.
uncomfortably yes.
Oh, uncomfortably? Comfortably.
Okay,
We can comfortably call a raise. We can't comfortably call a jam. But you're going to go for the check version of it this time?
I'm gonna go check version.
And the check is 77%. And yep. And it mixes its bets. And that makes total sense.
I don't think we need to check raise with marginal showdown.
Yeah. And certainly not with only one card to come. With two cards to come. If this was the flop, it might be fun to get it all in.
It does it sometimes, but
Yeah, it does sometimes.
that looks like a straight to me.
Yes.
And we are going to check and flow.
And this is the one. And how many of us bet here? Just bet out here.
I bet
I
out
do.
here.
I would
Well,
all the time.
All
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
we do it all the time.
Well, I mix probably here.
Good.
And I like a blocking bet with my low straight for value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to, for the next month, be checking these 4 straights and 4, I want to be checking these when it comes in on the river and it's obvious that you have it and that they always check behind. I want to take the check line this next month and see what happens.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
I'm betting because they don't bluff and they don't thinly value bet enough. Like they don't bet a set here.
Yeah. Those
So,
are
there's
really
no-
good reasons to bet out.
Yeah, there's no reason for me to check if I hit it.
So the reason is because you are so much less pleasant when you have check raises here. When they think your range is capped by this check. But I don't know which is more profitable over the long term.
Yeah, but if the population doesn't really value bet, then forget it. No
Right.
check raises.
But do they bluff? You don't know that because if you always take the move, you never let them bluff.
Yeah, but the stats is showing that they're erring towards not bluffing. That's
Yep.
what I see.
Right. So that's what I'm gonna check for a month with against my specific player pool. I'm gonna see whether the stats go. I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying that in that position that I've been in, and I've been in it a lot, and I always am that thing of going, am I just gonna bet out and turn my hand face up and go, well, I guess I have some bluffs here where I do it too. So here's my
Yeah.
bet, I'm face up. I'm gonna try to do it the other way and just see what, see what it both feels like, what the results are like, and how much people dislike me.
Maybe if Scott is in position, then I'll check to him because I know he will thin value bet and then he will bluff.
Yeah, that's for
But
sure. I will think
Before
that.
I know that, and if I don't know the opponent, I'm just a donk lead.
Yep, there you go. All right. So up next is Larry.
Yeah, you all have some good points, but my small intuition, my 2 cents is I don't know, can I say gut shots are probably harder to let me say this again. Open-ended are straight draws. When they get there on the river, it's probably more noticeable as opposed to gut shots.
Sure.
Okay.
But a 2-card gut shot, I totally agree with you, Skate. Totally. We're talking about the really easy ones, like the four liners and the front door flush when it comes in, and the
Oh, okay.
and also the 4 flushes when those come in. Those really, I check call, bet out. All right, here we go.
So if you go back to that hand and you look at what solver bets on the river in
Yeah.
position, if you could
Yeah.
see that, just compare to what people bet.
I think you're right.
In the
Here, let's
population.
take a look. Let's take a look at what the solver should bet against that check. All right, here we go. We're on the river. We checked. Solver checked behind and we won. But the solver is supposed to bet. Its most common size is this, and it is supposed to bet.
Straights.
All right, so let's see. The straights are anything with a 9 is a straight. All right, there's the nut straight.
It's
Oh, sorry, no,
bluffing.
9 queen is the nut. Queen 9 is the nuts, and
See?
it doesn't have queen 9.
It's betting set of 7s, it's betting set of 8s, it's betting
Mhm.
set of jacks, it's betting set of 10s,
It's
it's bluffing with ace highs.
Yeah. It's bluffing 4-5.
That's just not happening. Like
Mm-hmm.
you see people check back with a set here more often than not.
Yep. I am not arguing with you.
I know.
I agree. I think that I'm going to end up there. I'm going to do an experiment for a month because I don't need money. I need knowledge.
I know.
Which,
So-
by the way,
So
that is my relationship to poker that may be different from some of you guys. I
Samuel,
don't need the money.
I'm curious as to what the data that you're looking at looks like. Are we talking about like smallish to mid stakes?
Well, yeah,
Online.
small to mid stakes, what I'm seeing, like 25, 50 ML, and then basically just whatever the training sites, that I'm looking at right now. They purchase a bunch of like data, so and they run it through the pile solver. So.
What's the reasoning that they're not value betting thin enough on the river, or
They're
that
And not bluffing enough. It's both.
both? So they're not value betting thin enough and they're not value betting thin enough.
They're not
I
value
mean,
betting enough,
bluffing
and
thin enough.
they're not bluffing at all. Like if you see ace-6 there, pure bluff, you pretty much not see it in game. Like,
Yeah.
you won't see it.
Right.
Now, is that like data versus kind of fun players, or is it data versus regs?
There's there's no differentiation. It's just data versus like 80 million hands. That was
Got it. Got it.
they
Okay, cool.
defend the big blind too wide. You're supposed to defend 17, 18%. They're more like 37%. So you could just relentlessly see bet in position small when you open and they call from the big blind. That's
Well, yeah, and I think in this configuration for sure, like if I'm in low jack versus big blind, I'm blasting the flop a lot
Yeah.
with my entire range. But yeah, no, sorry, thanks for clarifying. I was just curious as to what the data set was like.
And then Frank, one question for you.
Mhm.
Are you are there flops though that are so good for them that you don't do it? Like, are you blasting the 4, 5, 6 and the 7, 8, 9?
No, no, I'm not those flops, just because they're big blind, they've got the range advantage
Okay.
and the nut advantage, and on those flops, I'm winning when I take a turn usually.
Right.
Right, right.
Okay. Sounds good. So, but you are you're c betting more than the solver does.
No, well, I wouldn't say I'm c-betting more than the solver, to be honest, because the solver is so aggressive in
Okay.
position that like I feel like I'm missing a lot of
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. You're c betting more than your opponents are.
Right. That's exactly right, Scotty. Well put.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, Larry, I give you pocket fives.
I'm happy to take this, but I just had one. I think it goes to Mike.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't put you down. What was it? The 9? You had the 9-7?
Yeah, I got like an 8. I got 8 points.
Okay. You got 8 points. 8.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
about 8. I'm sorry, did I say 8? I mean 80.
All right, Mike, I give you pocket fives.
All right, we call.
We call. Yep. Let's.
And we check. And they check. Very interesting. I'm going to bet here small. Probably solver probably likes it too, I think. So I'm just gonna go B1.6.
1.6. Yep. Mostly checks.
Mostly check. Okay, yeah, I kind of figured there'd be a lot of checking.
There's nothing wrong with it. Let's see what happens. He calls.
Okay, we block some stuff here. We also are gonna lose a lot. And I think we're unblocking a lot of bluff stuff. Let's check.
Okay. If we bet here, I think it has to be big because I don't think we're betting for value. I think we're turning this into a bluff against the 6s and 7s and 8s that called.
You don't think if we bet small, ace high has got a call occasionally?
Yeah, I'm wrong. It does that thing. It looks like it does that thing where it's targeting, where each bet targets a different region. Come on. Come on, baby. You were working so good before. Let's see, does this one work? That one works. And this one, we will never know. No, we'll do it this way. It gets there pretty fast. So here we go. On the river. When we're in this node, right? We're in the big blind node here with pocket fives. It has a strong suit preference. And that is
Diamonds?
the important thing is a diamond. Because clubs and spades are covered already.
Okay.
So if you have a club or you have a spade. And that's because he, on the turn, so it went check, check. On the turn, when we bet out, he calls with spades, right? With any spade. I mean, he has spades in his hand. And all of those can trivially fold, so we don't have to bet. We don't get value from them. That's crazy. This makes no sense to me. All right. But when we bet, our sizing is, that's all I want to know. When we bet, the 2.4 gets value from ace highs and ace 3 and ace 2s when he has it. We are the 14.6 gets pocket jacks to fold. Maybe. And the 9.7 and 29.1 don't do enough. Okay. And what size and what was your bet on it?
Well, I checked, and if I was going to bet, it would have been a small size.
Okay, good. So full points for Mike. There we go.
40?
Frank, 40 points? 1 times 40%. There's your 40. Ask and you shall receive what you don't want. Frank. Oh, and he bets the 9.7. Oh, he bet 9.7. We didn't even finish.
Oh, we're not done yet.
Oh my gosh, I didn't see him
Ooh.
do that. Oh,
He goes pot there. I'm calling.
all right. Call. 30% call and some raising. Mostly raising. It really wants you to raise. It doesn't believe him, and it wants him to fold because you block the nuts. You block 5-4, and you block ace 5, and you block 5-6. But 30% call is still worth something.
How do we have 30% call and 95% raise?
Raise to 95, 44%.
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah. So raise is a shove?
Raise is a shove. Yeah. Raise is a shove. And you lose 1/10 of a point for asking. There we go. But yes, call 30%, call jam 44%. That's the difference there is so close.
Solver's so gangster on that river.
It
Makes him
is.
fold his entire range. What are you calling with there? Ace queen? Good luck.
What is he calling with?
I mean, yeah. What's the calling range for the bet jam?
Yeah. That is going to be, I think we're right here. Which one is it?
I mean, are you indifferent with ace queen? Like, is that what the solver's basically saying? I don't
Let's
know.
see where we're here. This is us. So we're on the river. We checked. He bet 9.7, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bet 9.7. And here we are with the fives and our particular combo. And we jam.
Slam it in.
Slam it in. And he looks at us and goes, what?
Folds 80% of the range. Ace queen is indifferent. That shit is crazy. Queens is comfortable.
And what does he like? He likes having a full house.
Sixes, because fives
Because
are
they never have-
bluffing.
Yeah, sixes because
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You block the 5, 6. Okay.
yeah, but notice this. This is the more important thing: is that 6-5 is
Oh yeah, tiny part of his.
tiny
Oh
part.
yeah, but look at aces fold.
Do we get here with aces?
Tiny little sliver. Go back to that expanded strategy where you
Yeah.
denormalized it. It's like mixing with aces. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Now there's one thing about looking at peak in its full size. Peak will also include hands that you physically cannot have.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It makes the mistake of, for example, this time it's not doing it, but sometimes there you go. There's the bug. You see that? You can't have the 5-4 of spades. It doesn't exist.
Okay.
And somehow peak in this mode forgets that.
Wait, what?
Look at this.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're
It's a
saying now.
displayer. It's a
Yeah.
displayer. You go from 5-5 to 5-4, it's not there. But when you go from 6-5 to 5-4, it is.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
Right. And
So it
I'm
could be
gonna,
deceiving when you denormalize.
yeah, and I'm gonna take I'm gonna take a screenshot of that one. Send out now that I've got one that seems to be repeatable with a bug. And so all this means is that when we jump up, we got to make sure that it isn't a residual thing. But as long as there's some of it there, you can believe what it's doing. But yeah, king, queen, ace, queen, just so many folds.
What a sick line. Oh my God.
But it likes this, but it's not folding a straight to you.
Yeah, not folding a straight, not folding the 4 if you ever get there with some ace-4 nonsense.
Yeah, you're 4. It's hard. Yeah, it's so hard for you to have a 4 here. Yeah. Okay. Back to this, and that was Mike, and now we're on Frank.
All right, so with 8-7 suited, I don't know what this solver's doing, but I think normal solver likes raising here like anywhere between 20 to 50% range. We're gonna call here though, mostly
Okay.
call.
Yep, it does a healthy amount of raising. Okay.
Okay, and this is a check. Pure check, and I think it's just gonna go check fold here for me.
Okay. 3 to a flush, 3 to a straight, but no overcards, not even to the 9 against small size.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct.
even against
And it's
small.
low jack range, so
Yeah, and he has kings. Yeah, even against small size, it's fold. Good. Tura.
I wanna fold.
All right, you should fold. All right, take another one.
I wanna raise.
You should raise. And he folded. Good.
I wanna raise again.
Okay. Do you do any calling of queens here?
Nope.
Okay.
I do with jacks
Okay.
half the time.
Right. Sounds good. Okay. You're still in there. King 9 suited.
3-bet or call. Let's
Mm.
call.
I'm gonna call this time. Yeah. That'll get you because that'll get you post flop. Here we go.
Check, fold.
Yep.
If he bets.
Yep. Maybe he won't.
Yeah.
He did. All right. Tura. 1.0001 for all the other pre-flop correct moves. Skate.
Right. Cycle. Wait, let me double think about that. Yeah, I think it's good enough to call maybe ace deuce. We fold.
Boo. Boo. Ace jack. This is against low jack. Let me show it to you. Against low jack. This is the range.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You don't get into these ace eight things until you're up against, button and maybe there's probably some of it. There might be some against cutoff. There might be some.
Here's
against
my
cutoff.
point. People who study is already defending too wide.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you think the player pool is doing?
Too wide. Too wide.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, just maybe on these 9, I don't play as much 9-handed online, but when we're 6-handed, I think it's really rare to see anyone opening for 3x. I'm mostly seeing like 2 from the low jack rather than
Mhm.
3. That 3, like making it an extra big blind under the gun, 6-handed, really like narrows your range quite a bit.
Yep. Yep. A lots.
Did you play the one on GG that has ante? I find that one really fun. It's a bunch
Oh
of
yeah. Then you start getting tournament wide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds fun. No, I haven't played any of the anti stuff recently, but yeah.
I would also say that ace 8 off is still a fold even to a 2x from low jack.
Yeah.
So like, what about the suited?
I agree, Mike.
I don't study, so I was double thinking about that. I was like, yeah.
Low jack with the to, oh, wait a minute, wrong. We gotta go to cash. Change.
It's fold for sure.
Yeah, it is. We were just gonna put it up to show how it changes. Cash, classic, pre-flop only. NL 100, open size to 2, and we are on, here's your low jack. It just expands from ace jack to ace 10. That's the difference between 2 and 3. Not getting anywhere near that stuff. In the cutoff 2, though, now you've got all that. Okay. So I'm gonna give you another one, Skate.
Thank you.
All right, back to here. Ace jack suited.
All right, I know we're definitely calling. Do we have any 3 bets? We probably do.
Yep.
I'm gonna call though.
Okay. This one, it's doing it as mostly raising, but the call is fine.
Okay.
You must check.
Yeah. Fold.
Yeah, that 30% call there is yuck. But okay, there we go. -1/+1. All right, back up. We'll do we want to be done or do we want to, let's do one more round and then we'll go on to marked hands. Does that sound good? Or you guys want to be done with this?
Let's just go to mark hands.
All right, marked hands. And the winner was 1.9 from Sam. Frank by by 0.1.
We
Woohoo. All right.
Congratulations, Sam.
Congratulations, Sam. All right, let's take a look at some marked hands. Prep your marked hands if you've got them. While you're doing that, let me divide the recording into 2.